Hey there, everyone. So today is another starting of another review in the Course in Miracles lessons. We will be reviewing previous lessons that we've had, and this is the instructions we have for the reviews. Here we go. Introduction to review number 2. We are now ready for another review. We will begin where our last review left off and cover 2 ideas each day. The earlier part of each day will be devoted to one of these ideas, and the latter part of the day to the other. We will have one longer exercise period and frequent shorter ones in which we will practice each of them. The longer practice periods will follow with this general form, taking about 15 minutes for each of them, and then begin by thinking about the idea for the day and the comments that are included in the assignments. Devote some of the 3 or 4 minutes to reading them over slowly, several times if you wish, and then close your eyes and listen. Repeat the first phrase of the exercise period if you find your mind wandering, but try to spend the major part of the time listening quietly but attentively. There is a message waiting for you. Be confident that you will receive it. Remember that it belongs to you and that you want it. Do not allow your intent to waver in the face of distracting thoughts. Realize that whatever form of such thoughts may take, they may have no meaning and no power. Replace them with your determination to succeed. Do not forget that your will has power over all fantasies and dreams. Trust it to see your thought and carry you beyond them. Regard these practice periods as dedications to the way, the truth, and life. Refuse to be sidetracked into detours, illusions, and thoughts of death. You are dedicated to salvation. Be determined each day not to leave your function unfulfilled. Reaffirm your determination in the shorter practice periods as well, using the original form of the idea for general applications, and more specific forms when needed. Some specific forms are included in the comments, which follow the statement of the ideas. These, however, are merely suggestions. It is not the particular words you use that matter. Okay, so that is the introduction to the review number 2 that we'll be doing now in the Course in Miracles. So let's go ahead and do the lesson for today. Lesson for today is going to be lesson 81. And here we go. Once again, this is review. Our ideas for review today are, number 1, I am the light of the world. And the second idea for today is forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. So let's go to the number 1, which is actually lesson 61 review. I am the light of the world. How holy am I, who have been given the function of lighting up the world. Let me be still before my holiness. In its calm, let all my conflicts disappear. In its peace, let me remember who I am. Let me repeat that because I had a little bit of difficulty reading that. Here we go. How holy am I, who have been given the function of lighting up the world. Let me be still before my holiness. In its calm light, let all my conflicts disappear. In its peace, let me remember who I am. So some specific forms for applying this idea when special difficulties seem to arise might be, let me not obscure the light of the world in me. Let the light of the world shine through this appearance. This shadow will vanish before the light. Okay. Now, review number 2 is a review of 62. And here we go. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. It is through accepting my function that I see the light in me, and it is this light will my function stand clear and perfectly unambiguous before my sight. My acceptance does not depend on my recognizing what my function is, for I do not yet understand forgiveness. Yet I will trust that in the light I will see it as it is. Okay, so specific forms for using this idea might include, let this help me learn what forgiveness means. Let me not separate my function from my will. I will use this for an alien purpose. Okay, so please excuse the noise today. I am at home as mandated by, well, not mandated, but as it is recommended for us to stay home in these times. So let's go ahead and try to dive into the review of 61, which is the first one for today. I am the light of the world. So we have to remember that the function for us here on the world is to be the light of the world, to be a manifestation of the happiness and love and peace that we all can have if we allow God to guide us and to be at peace and to focus on Him and not focus in the illusion of today. And it's giving us a couple of suggestions of what we can say to remind us of this. So one of them was, let me not obscure the light of the world in me. So don't let yourself shine. And in you shining, you let others shine. Another form would be, let the light of the world shine through this appearance. So that is another repetition of the same thing. The more you allow yourself to be the light, to shine your brightness, your happiness, your truth, your peace, you emanate that to others, and others have the ability to see it, enjoy it, and then in turn let their light shine. And then the last form is, this shadow will vanish before the light. So understanding that you are the light, that anything that you come in contact, you bring light. So wherever there is darkness, wherever there is despair, wherever there is unhappiness, you being the light will bring happiness and joy with you, and you could bright up any room or any place that you go just by letting your light shine. So you could use any form of patterns or thoughts that you might have and saying, I am the brightness of the room. I am the happiness and the love in any place that I come to. Any way or anything that you can think of to represent what you truly are, which is the light of the world, you can use that for today to remind you of this lesson. I am the light of the world. Okay. Now, the second idea that we're supposed to focus on today is review of number 62, which is, forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. So we talked a lot and extensively about what is our function, and our function is forgiveness. Understanding that when you forgive and allow that to come into your existence, you free yourself and you allow yourself to be what you truly are, which is the light of the world. But your function in order to do that is to forgive. So it gives us a couple of several ideas for us to use in order to get to that place. So one is, let this help me learn what forgiveness means. So if you allow yourself to understand that by giving yourself forgiveness and by giving others forgiveness, you are letting your light come to its full potential, right? If you are being imprisoned by your unwillingness to forgive, or by your unwillingness to forgive or to receive forgiveness, then you can't be the light of the world. That stops you from being it. So let this help me learn what forgiveness means. So when you learn that forgiveness allows you to be the light and allows you to have that peace and that comfort, then it gets you to that place that you really want to be. And here's another form. It says, let me not separate my function from my will. So remember, your will and God's will are one, and your function is to forgive. So if God wants you to forgive, then you also want to forgive, and you got to remember that. You got to allow yourself to really focus on that and understand that you truly, all you really want is to be happy. So in order to do that, you have to be willing to forgive, not only others, but yourself. And most importantly, yourself, because I think that is the most difficult thing to do. As humans, we tend to forgive others more easily than we forgive ourselves. So remember that in order to get to that place that you want to be, which is being at peace, happiness, and filled with love, you got to forgive, okay? Now, and the last form that they use, I will not use this for an alien purpose. So what does that mean, alien purpose? I'm a little bit confused with that myself. I think it means basically that you're not using forgiveness for something else. You're not using forgiveness to get something out of it. You're not using forgiveness for a purpose other than to return to what you truly are, which is the light of the world, right? To be at peace, to have happiness, to have joy, to bring others towards the light. And I think that when it says that maybe on purpose would mean if there's an alternative motive, like you're trying to get something else other than the light, being the light of the world. I guess that's what I think it means. But anyways, so today those are the two ideas that we're trying to work on. So let's do our best to try to focus on them. Give yourself some time, like the introduction said. This is 15 minutes in the day. Let me go back to it and see what it said again, because I kind of forgot it a little bit. But here we go. It says, the longer practice periods will follow a general form. Take about 15 minutes for each of the two ideas, and begin thinking about the ideas and the comments that are included, and devote 3 to 4 minutes to reading them over slowly several times if you wish, and then close your eyes and listen. So that's what we're supposed to do with the two ideas for today. And then the shorter practice periods, are there shorter practice periods? It says repeat the phrases. Repeat the phrases of your exercise period. If you find your mind wandering, try to spend the major part of the time listening quietly but attentively. Do not allow your intent to waver in the face of distractions. Realize that whatever form such thoughts may take, they have no meaning and no power, and replace them. So it's all about trying to keep your mind focused on the ideas at least for the 15 minutes, and then whenever you do attempt to focus on them, try not to let your mind wander into other thoughts. Try to focus on the two thoughts of the day. Do your best. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's that you attempt to do it and that you try to do it, and if you accomplish something and you get messages, that's wonderful. And that's what we're trying to do. Remember, we're trying to shift our perception and see things differently. So once again, excuse the extra noise of the day since I am home, and there's a lot more noises here at the house. So have a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day, so enjoy it. The sun is out, at least where I'm at. Wherever you're at, I hope it's a wonderful day as well. And thank you for joining in my journey, and leave any comments if you would like, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.